So I just got home from doing a little bit of a double feature at the theater where I got to see two opposite sides of the spectrum of quality of film. So let's start with the first film I saw, which was unfortunately the worst of the two, and that is the new film in the Strangers franchise, The Strangers Chapter 2. And for anybody who is not familiar, last year we got Chapter 1, which is a remake of the original film from the 2000s, and here we are now with a follow-up that honestly I thought was pretty bad. This movie is aimless. There is really no plot. Majority of the film is just hide and seek as we follow the main character Maya from the first film, who has survived the events of the first film. And this time around, it's literally just her hiding. The killers show up again. They see her. She screams. She runs. She hides. They appear where she's at. She's hiding. They end up moving just 5 feet away or so. Then she decides, I'm going to move now, ends up making noise. They start running for her. She gets to a new location, and we do it over and over again. And outside of solid cinematography and some pretty solid sound design that will likely get some people with some of the big loud jump scares in the film, there isn't really much to this film narratively. There isn't much to it on a character level. There's nothing that is really developed here. And the fact that they're making this a trilogy just means nothing to me. It feels like there's no reason to do it. And they try to add lore and reasoning behind the killers in this movie, and it just didn't feel necessary, and ultimately left me feeling like it just takes the strange out of the strangers if you add too much context to who the killer is. There's one fun sequence, I guess, in this film, kind of, where she fights off an animal that definitely would have and should have killed her in this sequence, but yeah, I thought The Strangers Chapter 2 was another dud, and I really don't know why we needed a new trilogy that remade the first one and now one that just feels like there's no plot at all. And then the other movie that I saw was the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, which is One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, and so many others. And I'm happy to say this movie was a great time. I think your opinion of it will vary depending on how you feel about the way the film ends, but it's a film that has a lot to say. It's a film that leans into satirical at times and has that offbeat PTA humor to it, but also it's just really well made. It's got great cinematography. It's got some great use of stunt work, both in cars and also like physical stunt work, some great practical effects, and just all in all, I found to be a really well made film with an interesting story that I found myself getting more and more invested in as the movie was running out. And by the time we got to the end of the film, you have this really exciting third act, and I can totally see why so many people are saying this is one of the better films of the year. I will say I have a lot more to say on both of these films if you're interested, so head on over to my YouTube channel for the full review of both of these films. But I will say, avoid The Strangers 2 and go check out the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, One Battle After Another.